Stevens Show, an amazing video podcast with sports stars, entertainment celebrities, and other great guests, combining one host who has no legs, one host who lives in Duluth, Minnesota, and another host who seems to never be on the show. But now, on to the show with Troy, Dave, and maybe even Will.
Well, welcome to this very special Giving Tuesday or Tuesday Giving, or I'm not sure what we call it, but we know that Tuesday is a very special day, and we wanted to be a part of that on the Gary Stein and Stevens Show. So I kicked Troy to the curb, and I've got my two buddies on from D3Day that are going to be a part of tonight's show. That's right, it's Tuesday Giving, and I've got Doug Cornfield and Dave Clark from the D3Day group that, of course, we put on those camps all around the country in Florida, New York, Connecticut, everywhere. And Dave and Doug, it's great to see you guys. I wish we were together. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, but thanks for being a part of Giving Tuesday. Dave, what are you up to?
Just got back from a Thanksgiving cruise to the Bahamas. It was a Christmas gift from a year ago that we just got around to using now. So kind of tired, but always ready to promote our camps, D3Day camps, and get going on 2024 schedule.
Well, it's great to have you here, Dave. And of course, the man that really works hard 24/7, 365, Doug Cornfield, just fresh off the track and field cross-country championships. Doug, how was your weekend and your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was great. I had some family here, son home from college. We kind of had a little bit of Thanksgiving last weekend or the weekend before when we were at the NCAA National Cross Country race. And we actually had something that never happened before. We had a new grandbaby that's only a year old. So we had all 5 grandkids together, and we got to watch NAU actually be runner-up for both the girls and the guys. My son's been a coach there for 8 years, so he has 6 national championships already, and didn't get fully – well, they got on the podium, but they didn't get to win this time. But obviously some great teams there.
Well, we are here today to talk a little bit about what we do. And of course, as I said, this is it's a tradition now that we see all over the country. And we're going to take part of it for what we do at D3. It's Giving Tuesday. All throughout the show, you're going to see this QR code, which all you got to do is hold your phone up to that, click on the QR code. It'll take you right to our D3Day charity account where you can donate and continue to help us to help all these kids that we work with. And Doug, why is it so important for what we do to keep these camps, what we do for free for these kids and these adults to be a part of it?
One of them is that little girl in that picture we just showed. She was amazing. I had a wonderful moment with her last spring. And she was in Rochester camp, and I had my camera on her. She was right by Dave Clark. She just ran around the bases for our high five game. And then she just wound up clapping with this huge smile on her face, and she just didn't stop clapping. And it's those kind of moments that really make D3Day all worthwhile. And we posted that, and it got a lot of exposure. But it's making those kind of moments happen. There's Perimala. We've made moments with her. So many of the D3Day participants actually make it more great for all the volunteers and the baseball players and for us than it does for them.
And Dave, I mean, I see you light up when you see these pictures, some of the memories of the camps, but it is important. Unless we get help, it's going to be tough to keep these things going.
Yeah, I mean, we at the very get-go, when I laid the seeds for these camps back in the 1970s, I always said not going to charge anything for attending these camps because I don't want to eliminate anybody due to financial constraints. So we've always tried to raise the funds and have done so to keep these things going, and we're going to continue to do it. I mean, Doug's done a great job in doing what he does, and we've had to pivot several times because of COVID and other issues that have popped up, but somehow, some way, we've always kept it going. We've always kept it free, and we will continue to do so.
And that's why we are here asking you on this Tuesday to help us out. Anything, $5, $10, $50. And Doug's got a great offer that anybody that makes a $25 donation will get a Pound of Kindness book. So all you got to do is check that thing when you do it, add your address, and Doug's going to send you a Pound of Kindness. If you double that, he might even send 2 books, right, Doug?
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you quadruple it, we'll send you some more. So those books are actually on their way over from overseas. We had run out of the Pound of Kindness book, and of course, if you're not familiar with that story, it's such a beautiful story of kindness that Dave Clark never forgot. And it's really one of our main mottos is pulling each other along. You know, we're being pulled along while we're trying to help pull these other children along. And one of the things from my perspective, guys, is that I get to introduce your 2 stories. They're amazing. They're impactful to the parents, to the caregivers, to the players. There's Dave Clark pitching from crutches, and not just pitching anything. That was actually with the Pittsburgh Pirates minor league team. Dave had a 10-year career playing minor league baseball, but on his crutches. And his is one of the stories that just needs to be heard. And same thing with you, Dave Stevens, 7-time Emmy Award winner, born with no legs, three-sport athlete, and other things that you've done is really quite amazing. And from me being a father with a child born with no arms, to be able to present your stories to these families so that they can literally have hope. I mean, that's a big part of D3Day for me.
And it's been fun this summer to be on Netflix. If you haven't seen This Ain't a Second Chances, make sure you go on Netflix. It's a great family story. And I know we're working on Dave Clark's story to get that hopefully on the silver screen sometime in our lifetimes. But Dave, before we go to break, give us 1 or 2 of your top memories from this year.
From this year, I would say Hudson Valley number 1. With Parimla being the queen for a day in her wheelchair, and I mean that was just unbelievable to see that whole thing unfold and how thrilled she was. And I think we even had her a little bit speechless at one point, which is pretty tough to do at Parimla. And then we presented her with her own bat. So the whole weekend there was a tremendous memory that'll stick with me for forever. And then I think just being able to pull the Corning camp off again, my hometown, always special there. Being in Corning, always special. A little bit cold this year at the beginning, trying to talk Doug into moving that thing into August instead of September, but always a lot of pleasant memories coming out of the Corning camp as well, Dave.
Well, we got some more pleasant memories coming up, and we'll talk a little bit more about D3Day. You're watching the Gary Stein and Steven Show, a very special Giving Tuesday. And again, please check out the QR code that we have up here. All you got to do is put your phone up to that. It goes right to it. Anything that you want to give goes right to the D3Day camps to continue to make these things free for us. So stick around. We're going to be back right after this.
Hi again, everybody. Dave Stevens sitting here at the home of the Hudson Valley Renegades, part of our D3Day family over the years. And, we put on some amazing camps in Florida, Connecticut, and, of course, in New York. And we're continuing to do that, but we need your help and your support. For more information, visit d3day.com or pullingeachotheralong.com. You can support us, donate us, check out our merchandise, and help us out. So continue to be a fan of our D3Day camps, and we'll see you on the road.
Every day. No accessible bathrooms on most flights. 31 wheelchairs damaged daily by airlines, disrupting lives, sometimes for months. So many other barriers to safe travel. Change isn't easy, but we can build the world's most accessible travel system. Help us make sure airplanes connect everyone, to family and friends, to opportunity, to possibilities. We're Easter Seals.
We told you all year long.
Hundreds of amazing shirts and places in your dough. Oh, fresh clean threads will lighten your shopping load. And save you more when you check out with the GSS Show code. The GSS Show code.
Thank you to, of course, the Fresh Clean Threads Choir. But instead of buying shirts, we want you guys to give on this Giving Tuesday. Give to D3Day. You can either go to the website, d3day.com, use the QR code for Giving Tuesday, or go and buy books. Doug has all kinds of books, and he can set you up with speaking gigs for Dave and myself and anybody. Doug, talk a little bit about the things that you do, not just the camps, but the things that we are trying to do with the pulling each other along and all the initiatives that you have going on.
Well, there's really three things that we're focused on right now. And one of them is to get you two speaking more, but not the kind of speaking events where they're wanting to take advantage of you and put you on stage and then not even pay your expenses. And I don't want to be negative about that, but it's kind of like what you just showed with the airlines, where they damaged Dave's. I mean, I don't even know how many times Dave's wheelchair has been damaged by airlines, but we want these guys on stage because they're good. They are not just good. They are great speakers, and their stories need to be told. And so if you have an event where you want to bring in top-notch speaker with a top-notch story, then contact us and we'll get one of the Daves, probably along with myself, up on stage sharing these powerful stories. And then the second thing is we are looking for larger sponsors. We have actually recently partnered with millions.co, and you can go to their website. We have a package where you can sponsor and bring my two Daves, myself, and our expertise of running Disability Dream and Do to either a professional site, to a college campus, whatever it might be, we can make it happen, and it's going to be great. It's one of the things that we do really, really well. And then the other thing that we're doing is we have a team of entrepreneurs that we're inviting people to called the Pulling Each Other Along Collective. And a great place to find us on there is just to find me on LinkedIn. Doug Cornfield's pretty easy to find, and just DM me. Message me. I'll tell you all about it. But we're not just that's not a charitable thing that we're doing. It's more of a business thing, but it's promoting what we're doing and sponsoring what we're doing with Disability Dream and Do.
And this is, of course, the Giving Tuesday special Gary Stein and Stevens episode, and we've got it all throughout the show. This QR code, as we said, you just take your phone, you hold it up, you put that thing right in there, and it says how much you want to put in. You type in, 100, 150, 200, or something like that. But Dave, as we continue to run these camps and do these things, does it still blow your mind that to these kids, it's almost like Christmas Day? Every time it's our once a year, and they look so forward to seeing you, me, Doug, and all of our people that are coming into town to make these camps amazing.
I'm not sure they're looking forward to seeing me, but I do know that they do treat it like Christmas Day, and that's it's still an amazing event, and it still touches me to see how great a time, and not just the kids, Dave. It's the families. It gives them a 2-hour respite from the typical daily activities that they have to go through. But at the same time, it also opens their mind up, especially the parents and the caregivers, kind of opens their mind up when they see their kid out there on a professional baseball field with professional players taking part in our camp, and the joy that they are experiencing. It opens up their mind to possibly let their kids do more. And that's what we're trying to get across at our camps, really, is open up those possibilities to see the real potential that each person has. And that's what my parents did. They didn't reel that leash in really tight. They let me experience things. They let me try things. They let me skin my elbows and my knees and my chin to find out what I was able to do. And that's kind of what we're trying to get across at these baseball camps, hockey camps, whatever camps we're putting on. We're trying to let the parents and the caregivers see that child may be able to do more than they ever thought possible, and maybe even more than the child thinks possible.
And it would be nice to get another Dave Clark, Dave Stevens, Jim Abbott, Shaquem Griffin, all of us that have overcome so much to get to where we did. But we can't do that without your support. I feel a little bit like Jerry Lewis today, but it is Giving Tuesday, and you can help us out, help support D3 Day and the camps that we do. Like I said, this QR code, you got to just hold up your phone, do it right there, make a nice little donation instead of spending all that money on Amazon or all these kind of crazy things that people are just going to wad up or throw away. You can make an impact by helping D3 Day. As we wrap up, Doug, what are you looking for in 2024, and what are you hoping our supporters can come through for us with?
Well, you hate to beat the dead horse, but it's funding and it's partnerships and it's coming alongside of us and not just saying, hey, you're doing a great thing, but we need your help. And so joining with us, partnering with us, and we want to make that partnership worth your while. But I'm looking forward to more little girls sitting in their walker, just smiling and clapping. And really, that's what it gets to be all about is those moments when kids are running around the bases, giving high fives. You don't understand the power of the high five game, but it lingers and it goes way beyond our Disability Dream and Do sports camps. And then we're even expanding. There's one thing in the works right now. I don't want to go into a lot of detail, but we're working on a Disability Dream and Do acting camp with professional actors. And I'm pretty excited about it with who we got to work with.
And as we take one more look at some of the highlights, Dave, what can you say to people that might appeal and tug at their heartstrings to give on this Giving Tuesday?
Well, again, there are families that are dealing with, severe limitations with their child, and those severe limitations quite often lead to a lot of medical and rehabilitation bills, therapy bills. I know that from a personal standpoint. I'm sure Doug does too. I'm sure you do as well, Dave. And those bills add up, and they prevent a lot of disposable income from being there and allowing these families to do some things that are enjoyable. And we all got to have that. We all got to have a balanced lifestyle. And so your support here allows these kids to continue coming to our camps, allows the families to still, they don't worry about, I got to pay $250 for my child to go to this camp. It's free. And it's free because you're out there supporting us.
And we have had so many people help us. The minor league teams are Steve Gliner and our friends up in Hudson Valley. And again, it's become tradition in all of these places. And we want to be able to continue to do it, but we can't without your support. So please take a little time today. This is going to run in perpetuity for a couple of days. So even if it's Wednesday or Thursday, when you see this later this week, you can continue to give year round, because this is the gift that continues to give well after the fact. If, as Doug said, when you see the faces of Pramila and all of the people that we've had, the youngster from last year who caught the baseball for the first time in his life, and you see some of these powerful moments, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that you can help us and be a big part of that. So as I said, before we wrap, check out our website, check out how you can help us out by going to this right here, put it up. That's the QR code, or go visit d3day.com. And as I said, Doug said, anybody that pitches in $25 is going to get a book. If you double that, you get 2 books, and so on and so on. Hey, you want a box of books and you want us to come speak at your school? I think we could arrange that as well. So, boys, that's going to do it for today. I hope that our tugging at the heartstrings and knocking at the door and shaking our can for our support will be fruitful. And again, we can't thank the people that do support us enough. So for myself, for Doug, Dave, wave goodbye. I'm Dave Stevens. That's Giving Tuesday. Thank you. You've been watching this special edition of Geary, Stein, and Stevens.
Thank you for tuning in to the Gary, Stan, and Steven Show. Follow us on social media. Watch us on yourhometv.com, or now we're on Roku. Download it and watch us. And thanks for tuning in. Until next time, America.